Hello, welcome to Closing the Distance. I'm Jeff Myers, one of the pastors here at Roswell Presbyterian Church, and I am just so excited to be here with Sally Roden and Chris Fudger. Uh, Sally, Chris, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Look at this beautiful weather.
I was going to say, is that a fake backdrop or is that real? Are those real trees?
It is really my back deck. And it's where our community group meets every chance we get when it's good enough weather.
Well, thank you for getting together to talk about your community group today. So each of you, how long have you been members at Roswell Presbyterian?
2005, we joined.
20
So
years.
about 20 years for my family. Yeah.
And 2003 for me.
So 20, yeah. So both of you over 20 years. So you've been around a lot.
Yeah.
Now, before you joined your community group, did you guys know each other?
No.
Well, we were in the choir.
Oh, before the community group. I was thinking about before the church. Yes, we knew each other through choir.
Okay, through choir.
Yeah.
But did you hang out? Did you go to coffee?
No. No, in fact, when you're in a different part, and we do sing different parts in the choir, when you sit in different places, you don't really get to talk to people so much. So maybe Chris and I knew each other. I knew Amy too, and maybe we would see each other at a choir party or something like that, but we didn't know each other very well.
Okay, cool, cool. So
Now I know all his deep, dark secrets.
and I know he doesn't want to know yours, Sally. I mean, those go deep and dark.
Oh, I know them all. I know them all.
He knows them all.
Well, so in 2020, you guys got the opportunity to be a part of a community group. How did that come about?
Well, I guess Terry contacted us to be co-facilitators of this group, and it was based on geography because
Right.
Chris's office is near my house. And then we started out with 9 people in our group, and all of whom lived fairly close in the East Cobb area. And that's how it all got started. It started in February of 2020.
Wow. And I remember those times. I mean, we were really struggling. How do we get people to connect? Because there were so many people feeling isolated and lonely. And a lot of people didn't believe that you could have a feeling of connection online and through virtual Zoom meetings and all this. Did you feel a sense of connection?
We really did. We met in person 3 times
Mhm.
here at Sally's house, which, like she said, was really close to my office. So I was glad that we could actually come to a house. In previous community groups, we were trying to meet in restaurants and the radio would be playing, or
Yeah.
they didn't have coffee, which is we have to have a lot of coffee in our community group. Um, but yeah, the fact that Sally's been able to open her house, and even after those first 3 in-person meetings, we went straight to Zoom. None of us had heard of Zoom except for Collins Foster, and
Yeah.
we're like, okay, sure, let's try it, and it worked.
Yeah.
And so do you
And I
still use
think one of
it?
the
Oh, go ahead, Sally.
Hey,
No, we do occasionally. In fact, last week we used Zoom because we got a lot of travelers in our group, me included, as you know, and I think everybody tends to try to make this Thursday time at noon, which is our regular time, a priority. The Phil and Carol Ann Noyes are gone for the whole month, and Fripp, and so we only see them by Zoom when we do that. And I travel a lot. I was in North Carolina last weekend. So we kind of take it one week at a time and just say, okay, how many do we have for next Thursday? Who's traveling? Who's going to be around? Who can Zoom? Who can't? So that's kind of the way we do it. And most times we meet at my house when we are all in town. But sometimes we've met at Rosemary Noble's house, and sometimes we've met at Colin's house.
Really, really
And
awesome.
one
Well,
thing I
I
was
think
go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
no, no, you go ahead, Sally.
No, I was just thinking, I do have to say things while I'm thinking about it because I'm an old person and it may be gone, in a minute. One of the things that really bonded us together is I said that we had 9 to begin with. One of the members of our group died within the first few months that we were meeting. And none of us had known her before. And she had struggled to find her place at RPC, and she felt so connected to the group. But I believe she died it started in August of that same year. And we went through that journey of her, trying to get better and going downhill and then eventually dying. And we got to meet with her family. And I remember so clearly Julie meeting with our whole group outside the offices at RPC when we were all, doing all those outside meetings. We all brought our little chairs and we met with her and her family, and just to say goodbye. It was so I think that was a big thing in bonding us all together.
For sure. For sure. Wow, what a powerful moment and what a
Yeah.
meaningful group. So I think so what kind of stuff do you read the newspaper? Do you read the Bible? What kind of stuff do you talk about?
Well,
yeah.
when we first started, I think Terry was putting together all those sermon notes. So we just basically got the sermon notes and we went back over the sermon and just discussed it further. And then from there, we did start reading some different books. We've read everything from the Book of Joy, which is pretty light and refreshing, to the Journeys of Paul with all kinds of
Paul,
detail.
Adam. And we did prayer by Foster. What's his name? Richard Foster.
Yep.
We did that book. We did World Religions.
All right.
And I know one of the highlights of that one was that Lindsay's husband, Scott, had a relative who is a Buddhist. And he zoomed in with us and really he was wonderful, talked all about Buddhism. And that was really interesting.
That's
and
awesome.
we've done a lot of things. We had the Adam Hamilton thing was a video deal that, the church purchased all those videos that we can go by. We do that and talk about different chapters. And it was good, but it was, pretty heavy. So we switched to something pretty light right now. And we're doing Bob Goff.
Oh, yeah.
Love Does, which is just a joyful book,
Whimsical is a word.
Whimsical is a good word. Yeah. So all kind of things. We just kind of get together and say, okay, what do you want to do next? And we try to figure that out. We did do that sermon discussion guide for a long time till you and Terry got tired of doing it, and we got tired of doing it too. So it's a good way to structure it for a while.
Well, I'm glad it was useful for a little while at least.
It was.
Oh yeah.
So like you all are in very different kind of stages of life, different life experiences when I think about your group. When you think about that kind of diversity, what are the benefits of it?
Well, I had facilitated a group right before that, and we were all old, and that was not good, because one of the greatest things about this group is 6 of us are old, but then we have 2 children. Chris is one of the children, and Collins Foster is our other child.
Those are 2 good kids to have.
It's 2 good kids to have. And so that's been really good to have a little difference in age. And I mean, I think it could work with everybody the same, but it just adds a lot more to things to have that a little bit of a diversity there.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. And that's one thing I've seen singing in the choir. I joined the chancel choir as a sophomore in high school because we didn't have a youth choir. And just to be able to meet all the different generations of people and laugh with them, share knowledge, get encouragement from them. It's huge.
Yeah, I sang in my high school choir too.
Yeah.
I mean, my church choir when I was in high school.
Okay.
So,
Wow, that's
Learn
really
something.
cool.
yeah, we choir people start early.
That's cool. That's cool. Now you've
And in
been.
fact, about half of our group is in the choir.
Oh, really? Guess that's right. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Because there's Jean and Warren. Yeah, Jean and Warren and me and Chris. So we always tell them what the anthem's going to be next Sunday, and you better show up. The sermon may be horrible, but the anthem's going to be really great.
The anthem will
Just kidding,
deliver.
Jeff.
That's all right. I get it.
Yeah, the anthem
I
will
get it.
deliver.
Hey, I want the anthem to be good too. No, I know better than anyone that the sermon is not always up to where it needs to be. So like when you started out, did you think you'd still be meeting 5 years later?
No way.
I don't think so.
No. Well, the reason I wanted to do a community group in this area, and we're near the Brave Stadium, by the way, so not real
Right.
close to church. I thought we would have enough people from RPC that worked around here, and that's kind of what it was. But Phil and Carol Ann joined our group. They live right around here too. And those were kind of 6 weeks to 8 week community groups. And then we were all just kind of ready to be done when the program was done. But then this one ended so abruptly that we just like, no, we're not done.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's any question in anybody's mind. It hadn't been up to this point that we just keep on keeping on. We've had to adjust a little bit. Collins is working full time now. And so she can no longer meet with us on Thursdays at noon. So we've tried to get creative, and just like this Thursday, I just sent out something to see if everybody that was going to be in town, which is everybody except Carol Ann and Phil, could meet at 4:30 at my
Oh.
house, and then Collins can come too. So
That's
so we're changing it up a little bit because we don't want to drop her. And Chris
Yeah.
doesn't want to be the only kid that we pick on,
That's right.
too. Yeah.
Keep my sister in the group.
Yeah, he's got to keep his sister here.
Well, I was going to ask you about like Chris, obviously you're married to Amy. Is it weird that Amy's not a part of the group, that this is something you're doing on your own, that you're allowed to, be on your own without the supervision of your wife?
I haven't told her I'm part of this group. No.
I said no. She doesn't know where he goes on Thursdays.
I've invited her actually to join sometimes, and I think she says, no, it's your group, and it's special. She has her other groups as well. She has circles and does handbells sometimes. So
Yes,
it's not weird.
I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. And I
Yeah,
think,
we have Rosemarie is married to Frank, and yeah, so she comes on her own. It's just work. These people it is really a very eclectic group,
yes,
but it just works. And we have been through the highs and lows, and I think I can say everybody in the group has had, well, just regular life, lots of highs, lots of lows during these 5 years. And we feel such a comfort level with everybody in the group. We know that everything stays in the group. We know that we can be totally honest and really open with each other. And it's really a gift. It's a great gift. We feel that like we have.
that's really cool. And that's one of one of the reasons I love your group is how it's morphed kind of like with the times, and you've made it work, and the diversity and how it's blessed. I mean, you've invited clergy to come and have lunch with y'all, and talk about important things. And you've inquired about what might be a good next reading for y'all to discuss. And so I think it's been very cool to watch. And I hope people that listen to this might feel encouraged to say, hey, I want to be a part of a community group. I mean, I know Morgan Burge leads a Bible study that meets virtually. She's got people in Florida. She's got people in Tennessee.
I
people
think that's so cool.
And it's people that would never have met each other are gathering once a week to really talk about things that matter. I think it's very, very
Yeah.
cool. Well, what might your encouragement be to somebody who's thinking about joining a community group? What should they look for? What should maybe their hopes, dreams, questions they need to ask be?
Well, I don't know. What would you say, Chris?
I think one thing that's made this community group especially, well, we're not really a community group. We call ourselves a community family. And I think the fact that we can meet in Sally's house is extremely special and it just feels like just a warm gathering. So
Yeah.
if you're thinking about starting up a community group, open up your house. If you know, and probably about 8 people is maybe a good number.
Oh, we
Yep.
like that number because a lot of times we don't have all 8, but sometimes we have 5 to 6. I don't usually, sometimes we can't. So we don't usually meet if it's less than half the group. But
Right.
usually almost every time, I guess I would say to people that, and this is as the leader of the group, I so appreciate the priority people place on this because it's like, it's Thursday at noon. You kind of have to be around. You have to figure out,
Right.
can I Zoom? Can we do this? Who's going to be, and we also, 6 of the 8 are at the age where they have a lot of freedom to be out of town and to travel. So, we have to juggle that. But people in this group feel now with so much history, it's like we don't want to miss because
Yeah.
we know a lot about each other's lives at this point. And it's like, oh, what happened with so and so? How is this person doing? How are you dealing with whatever? We always take part of the time that we have together is just catching up with each other.
Yeah.
And that's what we do first, really, even while we always have lunch with our group. And so while we're having lunch, we're catching up with everybody. Then this is kind of the way we've come to do this. And then we have our prayers for people in the congregation. We almost always pray for you and the other staff and our church, and then our individual prayers that we have and prayer requests that we have. And then we get into whatever book or subject that we're studying at that point. So that's kind of the way we go. But I guess I would say, if you're going to be in a group, it's just not a thing, well, I'll come when I can.
Yeah.
It's much more commitment than that.
Yep.
It's like, I try not to be gone out of town on Wednesday nights because I don't want to miss choir practice. And I try not to be gone on Thursday because of the community group. So that's kind of, I think, making it that kind of commitment really works for people because it's not just like, well, maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't.
Right.
So
I love that.
yeah.
How about you, Chris? Anything?
Well, I think since we've been meeting for so long, 5.5 years or so, and midst of COVID, and everybody's had their peaks and valleys, and this group has been a source of encouragement for me and my family all along the way. I'd like to think that I've been that for them as well. And it's just a special thing to have fellow church family members having lunch with them on a regular basis, catching up, sharing in the joys and sharing in the sadness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's well said.
Well, I think that's about as well as you could say it. And I thank you for your ministry to one another, to RPC, and just bearing witness to what God is doing in your group and what a blessing you are to each other. You bless us. So thank you so much for closing the distance. Chris and Sally, have a great day, enjoying the beautiful outdoors.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you,
Good to see
Jeff.
you, Jeff.
And I'll see you in the
Bye.
choir chancel soon.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a great Sunday this Sunday.
I'll be there.
As John Perry says, it's Bagpipe Sunday.
All right. Can't wait. See you guys. Take care.
Bye.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye.